Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I talk about my lifestyle, I talk about my past pregnancy and my experience with the competent service. I also talk about my son because it was 124 weeks, so I talk about him a lot because so that other pregnant women that are passing through the same situation that I passed through, which is a competent service or one thing or the other that will lead to delivering early, like a preterm, so they can use my own video, my own experience, and my own son to have hope that a 24 weeks baby can survive outside the womb. My son was 124 weeks, and because of that, we stay in the hospital. After he was born, we stay in the hospital for 4 months till the actual due date that it was supposed to be born. So today video is going to be all about our experience in NICU. When my son was born, he was 24 weeks old and exact 24 weeks and 2 days. So when he was born, there was a lot of challenges. One of the challenges was that he was not able to breathe on his own. He was not breathing on his own because his lungs were not fully developed, and he was not able to feed direct, suck direct from the breast because he does not have idea, and because he was not able to breathe on his own, so there was no way he can be able to feed on his own. So we were in the NICU for 4 months, and I was pumping, and it was on oxygen for 4 months. Yes, first, and incubated for it was incubated for 7 days. After that, they switched over to CPAP, but he was still on oxygen for 4 months before he was able to breathe on his own. And the other challenges was that he was not able to take a bath. We were not able to bath him because it was so small that there was not enough fat on his skin, and it was so delicate. So all we were able to do was just with the help of the caregiver, the nurse, and all the health professional, we just in the evening we cleaned his body. We just put a lot of some water in the piece of wood to clean his skin, and rub some moisturize for the skin not to get dry. So that was all we were able to do for good 4 months. There was no bait, so until when it was 4 months. Our second experience was that the temperature was not able to regulate his own temperature. So it's either it was too high or the temperature is too low. It was inside the incubator for a long time because it was not able to regulate his own temperature. There were many experiences we went through in the hospital, but in this video I can't be able to explain everything. I'm going to explain one after the other. Maybe I'm going to be doing a lot of video concerning this journey. But the good thing was that during our stay in NICU, it was doing great, gaining a lot of weight. It's drinking his milk perfectly well. But another thing that I noticed that we were on exclusive breast milk, not formula, because the baby born very early. The doctor and the nurses explained to me that when you are able to feed them with a lot of breast milk, not formula, they develop very well. So we were on breast milk. I was pumping and saving some of the milk on the fridge in the hospital. I also, sorry, in the hospital, I also get to have an apartment there. I was so lucky to have an apartment through the help of my insurance and the hospital. So we were in the hospital for 4 months. So it was not that difficult for me. When I said difficult to go home and come back, there was nothing like that because we had an apartment inside the hospital. We were there for 4 months. So the only thing was I did that was a bit difficult was like giving birth. You're not able to take your own child home to rest after a long process of pregnancy. So that was the only difficulties that I was facing at that point, because at that point all that matters was my son. I was not even taking a bath, going home, because I know that it's going to be there for a long time. So I quickly adjust to the environment, and I was just going there in the morning, making sure that he gets his milk, and if there is anything that the nurse wants, then I'm there to provide it. Then doing some cardio, putting on, doing some skin to skin to make him feel comfortable, to make him feel that the mom is always there with him and her. If I'm not there, I have my own handkerchief. I will just press my breast milk in the handkerchief, put it close to the bed, so that I can be able to snuff it, and he can be able to snuff it and not feel alone that I'm not there. So with the help of the nurse and the doctors, because thank God that the doctor and the nurses in the hospital were so nice. So I also have trust. For the beginning, I was having some trust issue, but when I get to know them, I see that the way they were taking care of him, so I was so relaxed. So because from the beginning, I go there every seconds, every minute and all, but immediately I get to see that they are taking good care of him. They are making every possible means for him to be comfortable, to be cared for. So I became so a bit relaxed, and also I was also creating some time for myself, to take care of myself, because in the hospital they have a lot of things. Also in the hospital they have a lot of things that will make you feel comfortable, like massage. I was getting massage. Yes, I was getting a massage that was being covered by my insurance also. The process was a bit difficult, because you see him inside the incubator, very tiny, that you're not able to carry him, feel guilty that you're not able to carry him to food time. But at the beginning it was a bit difficult. But
Wir können auch hier drauflegen,
Ja,
wenn
ja.
man schaut.
the longer we get there, the longer we feel comfortable, just as if we are home. And for me, I became so even more comfortable, because there were a lot of help, and I was able to learn a lot of things before we go home. So during the time of the NICU was challenging, and at this time it was a beautiful experience for me also. So and that's all I need to say for the moment, because I don't want to take much time to explain, so that I don't want to get you a bit more comfortable and say that everything was okay, but everything was not okay, because there was always a risk, because you don't know what might happen tomorrow. You don't know, you were just, the baby is dead, you praying for him not to get infection and all. So that was all out. So that was our experience in the NICU. So after that, we had 4 months in the hospital until the actual due date that he was supposed to run. Then we went on, everything was fine. But when we go on, we didn't go with oxygen. That was another thing that I was so grateful for, because we didn't go home with oxygen, because my fear was that when we go home with oxygen, how am I going to regulate? How am I going to know if the oxygen is too much, or how am I going to know if he's breathing or not? But the thing was that the doctor told me from the beginning, I don't see him going home with oxygen, because I see that he's going to go home without oxygen. But the only thing we went home with was a monitor. So he has a monitor on his leg. So to be able to monitor if, when he sleep in the night, if he's breathing proper or if he's not breathing proper. When he's breathing proper, the monitor is just there without any signal. But when it's not breathing proper, the monitor will give you a sign. Then there will be a lot of alarm. But the thing was that with the monitor, we were having some difficulties also, because every time, even when he's sleeping, he tries to turn and change size. The monitor is always beeping, and we were always afraid, thinking that maybe it's not breathing well. But immediately I checked, it's just sleeping and doing its things, and because it was moving around, and the monitor would just start beeping. But at the end of the day, everything went well, and now it's 3 years. He started going to kindergarten, and he can do a lot of things. Dance, he loves dancing, and he loves singing. If you see him today, you won't even know that he was born 24 weeks. Many people, we had many people that, oh, my son was born 24 weeks. They will say, which of this son is this one? Yes, of course, he was born 24 weeks, but because of his development, many people don't believe that he was actually born 24 weeks, because development was so great that I don't even know how God did it, but I'm grateful. Allora sono andata a casa e quasi alle 12. Sto andando a casa. Stanchezza, comunque niente, ne sta bene. Ho messo un po' di aperta dalle 9:30 fino adesso e dormito tranquillamente. E vabbè, ci sentiamo domani. Ciao.